Hello and welcome back to Purple in Peril, a Warlock Life. This is level 19. I wouldn't normally take 19, I'd normally go 18 to 20. But for the purpose of continuity, one quest per level, I took 19 here. No changes at all to the gear. Oh, one day I'll hit the right button. So enhancements, I've just been creeping around in here just to get a bit more spell power. You'll recall each core gives 5 spell power, 5 universal spell power, and these give 2 each. So there's a bit of stuff to be had to help us progress there. I will of course rejig all of this on arrival in epics. I thought about putting some into the shifter tree here, but for 6 points in there I would have only got an extra 2 cons, so it doesn't really seem worthwhile. And it's made me think about when we arrive in epic, because I have no racial points at all on purple. I might just forego that, see how I can manage without any points in the cores, and just put my points in here instead, which might give me a few more options in the normal trees. We'll see. The quest I've chosen for this level, finding Dorris in the Sharn docks. I know there's all kinds of shortcuts and whatnot in this one. I don't know any of them, so I guess I'll be doing the standard route if we make it that far.
The Deputy Harbor Master's secretary had a package for Dorris. With any luck, that secretary would be the last person to have seen her. A good place to start your search. A Warforged voice nearby calls out. "Have you seen this Warforged? Have you?" A member of the Sharn Watch gives you a weary nod. The area beyond this barricade is not safe, citizen. You've been warned.
Looking forward now to pushing on to the level 20 and changing things around when we get there. For reasons best known to myself, I Kenneth crafted some medium armor and a shield, but for level 21, not 20, so we'll have to persist with without the shield until then. I think maybe there might have been an extra point or an extra level or something of Kenneth crafting that you could apply at level 21, something like that.
This strange
Otherwise I just don't understand why I didn't make it for 20.
To an old factory down in the cogs.
A feeble
Perhaps
effort to
there's more
justify
this
a
mystery in the darkness
silly
beneath
mistake.
the city. It might be illuminating to follow the strange Warforged to find out more about their curious predicament. The package that was being held for Dorris contained a broken vault device. Was it already smashed, or did you help? An unsavory character shouts and points at a nearby building. "At the store! No, you idiots! Don't set it on fire! First pillage, then burn!" The instigator sounds quite annoyed. "I'm surrounded by imbeciles." Why would one keep an illegal vaunt device despite the mandatory recall? There must be more of this story. Of the clues we found, the one about the old factory down in the cogs is the most promising. The missing Warforged was acting strangely and was intent on going back there. Perhaps that's where you should look next. With the leads you have, it's time for you to continue your investigation down below in the cogs. This is our turf meat. Turn around and run back up to the sunny side, lest you wanna pound it. The contemptuous goblin appears to speak for the entire group. Too late!
If any of you are watching and happen to be on Orion, I'd be interested to know
It's just a hunch.
how badly you're suffering with the lag that seems to have beset us since the this transfer period started. I've been on Orion since I started, and that was well before this influx of people, and to me at least it's the worst it's ever been. I was just in the main area in Sharn, where the Sharn 2 is, the downstairs or whatever you want to call it, and people were sort of jumping around all over the place, hanging up in the air, and I just hope it settles down when the transfer period is over. I've been reading the odd forum post, and even, which is rare for me, contributed my own experience when somebody posted about the lag in Orion. See, my spell there is quickened. Oh, it did actually go off, but ages after I wanted it to. I was going to say the spell is quickened, so it can't have failed, but we didn't see it until seconds after it was supposed to have appeared. Where are all these beggars coming from? That'll teach me to run past everybody, won't it? Now in here I know I've got to try not to break the boxes in the room next door, because all these Warforged will come flying out, won't they? So let's do our best not to do that. Now I don't think the aura will break any boxes, will it? No. It's only if I actually blast.
So it's strange to find so many Warforged stored in one place, in an inert state. You hear a distant grinding of gears and scraping of stones somewhere far below.
Now, what can we do about these traps? We could stanch, couldn't we? Could also try not to land in them in the first place, but knowing me, that's going to be difficult. Not too bad. Now I think this section that's coming... Oh, I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? I was just meant to go through... No, I haven't. My bad. This section that's coming, I can invis through it, I think. Turn the aura off. I've no problem using the rallying cry from his one purple dragon life, because it's the only iconic life he has, so he doesn't have an iconic active to be made inactive by using that boost. Oh, yellow dungeon alert, that's not good. Oh, somebody hit me there. The webs aren't as effective as they were in the early levels, because my DC isn't high enough, but they still have some use. I'm trying to save the big spells, the big AoE Tempest and that for the shower of shite I know is coming.
Welcome to the money pit, where vicious fighters bleed for your amusement and profit. Make your bets now for
And
the
of course I
evening's
forgot to
final
put the
Might ask yourself,
aura back on,
how
didn't I?
every one of the cogs are it's a rhetorical
I was trying to escape out of the room there. It didn't work, did it? So I pressed the emergency button, which is the tentacles and Tempest together. I suppose that did illustrate, at least in the lower Reapers, how survivable the build is. Made a complete mess of that and still survived somehow.
According to the fight announcer, the Warforged fighter came to the pit with his trainer, Herg Earwool, a bugbear who lives nearby in a hovel upstairs. Perhaps it would be a good time to ask him some questions.
Oh, that sounds like a Reaper. Okay.
The letter you found alludes to a reckless bugbear being involved in stacking boxes of inert Warforged.
Now there is an optional here at the end. If you go around the thing and spy on the guy from the top, but some people seem to be able to get the guy to come out,
As you
and
approach
so
the door,
avoid
you can just make out the sound
trapped
of muffled
area,
conversation on the other
but
side. Perhaps finding a better spot for eavesdropping will reveal
I
more
don't
than
know.
simply
I
barging
don't know
in.
how they do it. Unless they just enter into here and coax him out, perhaps. Let's try. Oh, that might be it. Okay. We'll call that a result. Oh no, don't go back in. All the traps are going off as well. Stanch again. I think I've done this as bad as it's possible to do. Well, again, it's a good illustration of how robust the build is. I made as much of a mess as it's possible to make in there, and still it didn't really look like dying.
You see a stoic
So
Warforged matching
you
the
can take that as
description of
a
Dorris,
positive
standing
if
among
you're
the bugbear's
considering doing the
personal
tanky
effects.
Warlock, at
She's
least
as
on the
still as a
survivability
statue.
front.
A deep voice rumbles as its imposing owner reveals himself. Isn't it obvious?
So fairly long quest, but
She
decent
speaks
XP
like
as you've
one
just seen there.
Someone
got an
stole
item.
her soul.
Not seen that before. Hand wraps. I don't know if they're any good because I've never played a hand wrap monk. The closest I ever came was the Sacred Fist, but then I played it as a Vistani knife wielding thing. I was thinking maybe once this purple Warlock life's done of trying the Blightcaster with purple. My main character is a cold druid, and I don't want to change that because it's taken me ages to get him the gear and all that, and I'm quite happy with the play style. but I would like to try the other one, because I haven't really looked at anybody's YouTubes or anything of that, or much at the wiki of how it what enhancements it gets and how it plays, so I'd be interested to see. I was thinking maybe about taking Purple as a Blightcaster and another of the members of our little group as a Dark, what's the archer, is it Dark Ranger or something like that? Seeing how the two stacked up, because she's been very used to playing ranged characters, so she could give some feedback on that side of things, and I have quite a bit of experience with the Cold Druid, so I could see how it compares. Anyway, just a thought, waffle over, episode over. I will see you again in Epic. Thank you very much for looking, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.